Okay, so today we got a treat here. We're here with Mr. Ed Jackson, of Accidental Suicide, vocalist. How you doing today, Ed?
I'm doing good, thank you, Ed.
All right. Hey, it's always good to see you. We got the Packer game going.
Yeah, watching a local team.
Not doing too good, but
No.
oh well, you know, what can you do?
You'll have that.
All right, so we've got some questions about accidental suicide, obviously.
Okay.
You know, what bands and what things was it that really influenced you and made you want to start a band and to be in accidental suicide?
You know, I was like an old school skater, so I was into like Exploited, GBH, a lot of, you know, European punk and stuff like that, along with Misfits and you know, Sam Hain, and I started listening to death metal probably. Well, you know, you have black metal like Venom I listened to, and then the band Death, and then was getting into it. My guitar player Travis Stetter went on to do like a little tryout for some band that was getting together, and me and my friend Joe talked about the dude. His name is Bill Mears, and we went over there, and it was my friend Eric Kapp's basement, and we ended up going. I went along with him. You know, we're kind of like shadows of one another back in the day, and then went and tried out, and then you know, he liked what he was doing, and this one guy, Scott Kabatsky, was their singer at the time, but something happened in a moment, and they wanted me to try because we like the same styles of music, like SOD and everything else, you know. And so I went and tried out in Slayer, obviously. So I went and tried out. I got up on the mic and did it. That was the first time in my life doing something like that, and we became a band.
Okay, very well. You know, a lot of people that
that was 1989.
Okay.
It's so long.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, everybody that, you know, a lot of people that are fans of accidental suicide, they know that obviously serial killers, murders, all things savagery are a big time influence on accidental suicide.
Yeah.
Are there any particular serial killers that were an influence on you? And are there any serial killers, alive or dead, that you would love to meet?
Oh my God. Henry Lucas is a song. We have a song called Method of Murder about Henry Lee Lucas.
Yes.
I read a book about him when I was a teenager, and I know too many facts about serial killers. I should have been a FBI profiler.
Well, I think at one time you said you're an expert on serial killers, right?
Yeah, I love it. And then you know, Jeffrey Dahmer. You know, this shit like Gacy and shit, not so much.
Yeah.
I don't really care for them, like their style or whatever, but Henry Lucas is a badass motherfucker because there's so much mystery to whether he did it or not. And I love The Russian. There's a movie called Citizen X.
Are you talking about Andre Chikatilo?
Yeah. Yeah, where he was locked in a cage in the courtroom.
Yep.
People spit at him and he smiled.
Right.
Yeah. You know, I don't know what it was that made me appreciate these people. But I think it was being from where I grew up, Quantico, and being so different. And I saw the power in them, maybe to change things around them. That way, you know what I mean? Like last, you know, like I was always like a bully's bully. I used to be the bullies. So, you know, these guys are definitely fucking bullies, and they made shit work. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's somewhat of the attraction. I'm not sure, but yeah, I got a long list of serial killers, and anybody I want to meet. I don't know. I know so much about them all that I really want to hang out with them.
Right.
But I'd say I'd like to dig up Ed Gein because he's local and he's rad, you know?
Wisconsin zone, right?
Right, you got that right, man. We got a few of those.
Yeah, we've got some freakies up here.
Reminds me of Static X, Wisconsin Death Kill, right?
Right, or Death Trip, right?
Death Trip, yeah.
That's it. So, you know, you guys were, you know, you started and you got the ball rolling kind of in the heyday of death metal in a way. I mean, the late 80s, early 90s was a big time for death metal. A lot of bands were getting picked up on big labels.
Yeah.
You know, what was that? What was that like being in the midst of all that?
It was happening and nobody was into this shit, especially from where I was from. You know, and you know, we used to actually have band practice down the road when we were visiting, and the cops are there all the time, like, you know, we're making noise, but, you know, we end up getting a record deal at Peaceville, you know, Autopsy, My Dying Bride, Paradise Lost, these were my heroes.
Right.
So we were able to, you know, get that through Eric Reif, the manager of Death. You know, he was our producer. They got us signed.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, so it was like, you know, that time era, nobody knew what the fuck was going on, and we were just obsessed.
Right.
We happen to have a few guys that love aggressive music, and we love that style of music that was developing, and wanted so bad to be part of it. You know what I mean? But the record deal thing was fucking crazy. I was 19, the youngest was 14.
Right.
In my band. And, you know, shit happened, so it was just like, it was a blessing.
Sure.
And it was just, you know, we didn't get shit from Peaceville.
Right.
But, however, you know, we got some respect and we got our shit out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, what were some of your favorite bands that you played with, shared the stage with?
Sepultura, Pestilence, Death, so many, and also a lot of local bands. I went to school with my friend Brian Deneff, and in Maquanago, in that small town, and he also had a death metal band and got signed. And, you know, we used to talk about Iron Maiden and all this shit back in the day. We were in 8th grade and stuff, so we were real close that way. In fact, went to Iron Maiden together.
Yeah.
And when they got signed, we went out and did our thing. And, you know, we played with them too, and I enjoyed it. In fact, I played at this place called Metal Grill, the old Nooks. And then we ended up... me and Bill was playing guitar for them from Accidental. Sure. And I got up and sang with them.
Right.
Yeah. So me and Brian are singing Vibrations songs just because I really enjoy being on stage. I love it, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Now you guys had 2 demos out before Deceased. Are those cassette demos gone with the wind, or are they still? Can you still find them or buy them from any of the band members, or?
No, well, you know, Flesh Parade, which got assigned to the Peaceville deal on Deceased, is available on the album. It's on Deceased. Sure. Eric Wright put that on there too, which is Flesh Parade, The Life I Hate, and Agony and Rebirth. Right. And then Sadistic Intentions is on a new release through VIC Records. It came out November 24th of 2017. So you can get it from there, you know what I mean? Right. But the actual individual cassettes and shit, yeah, there's nothing. Collector's items, basically. Yeah, that was prior to CDs. You just have cassettes. Right. There you go. And then, you know, after that, you had the album Deceased. What are your thoughts on the whole finished product of it? And is there anything that you would have changed about the album? I don't like that the demo was included with it. Okay. I love Morbid Indulgence and Unknown and Misery Hunt and Method of Murder and all those different tracks, but I don't like the fact that the Flesh Parade demo was squashed in it. Okay. Because it was the recording of Flesh Parade they put in it, so it's a different production, different sound. Okay. You know, and we had grown from there, and you could tell the difference, I think. You know, good songs, but if we would record it specifically for the album, I would have been happy with it, you know.
Okay. Now, you guys seem to have a pretty big cult following. I do international traveling. I've been to Germany, Belgium, Netherlands. I go to Scotland in particular quite a bit. There's a lot of people over there that still know and ask about you guys when they hear that I'm from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I'm stoked.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy, dude. I want to, I told Raul, the owner of BIC Records, that put this last thing out, unreleased material that we never put out there, including a whole, I think it was like a complete 4 tracks, which led us to get signed, and then the record company burned down, all this shit back in the day, so it was never released. And by that time, we kind of had it with each other after 7 years or 6 years. This was about 96.
Right.
And then he put that out, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because I forgot the question.
Well, was it, after Accidental Suicide was done in the mid-90s, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what were you doing after that? I heard that you had a band or a project called Plug Ugly.
Yeah, I've been in a few bands, regular singing and heavy singing and whatever. Plug Ugly was heavier. Some people would say a cross between, I'm not good at categorizing, but they said it reminds them of Deftones, Perfect Circle, Tool, and Machine Head, maybe.
Okay.
Kind of aggressive, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But my lyrical style was a little more like Lane Staley of Alice in Chains and shit like that, where it's like, I'm not going to give you the whole truth, I'm not going to put it all out there, And then Plug Ugly, Low, and a couple other projects.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've also done backing vocals for Mortiscold.
Yeah.
And I also saw you up on stage for Viogression at the Spring Bash 2014. I was
You were there?
I was there, front and center. I had long hair at the time, but
At
I was
the Metal
there.
Grill?
At the Metal Grill, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I loved it. I feel like it kind of went off because I was so stoked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really excited, man.
Right.
I couldn't wait for it.
And your voice still sounded great. You were growling. Your growls and screams still sounded excellent.
Thank you.
So, yeah, man, that was a fun time.
That's cool.
So, what are the rest of the bandmates up to that were in Accidental Suicide?
One does massage, one drives truck, one is a garbage man. One's a UFC fighter, and the other one's a music teacher.
Really? Which one's the UFC fighter?
UFC fighter's Eric Kapp, our first bass player we ever had. It's on Sadistic Attentions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But I did the art for the album cover of Deceased, and then the artwork on the Flesh Parade demo. I didn't do the first one, Sadistic Attentions. I didn't do that. Somebody else did that.
Sure.
And I did the artwork on our new album.
Okay.
For Dead Erotica.
Yeah.
And so I've been drawing my whole life since I was 2 years old every day. So
right.
I continue to do that and tattoo. I've tattooed for 27 years, and that's my thing with artwork. Everybody else, they just kind of do their own thing.
Okay. And you're doing tattooing currently?
Yeah.
And what's the name of the tattooing company?
Well, that's kind of difficult.
Okay.
I broke my neck and I went into the front. So apparently through my years with headbanging and shit like that, I got involved in a hit and run. Some drunk lady hit me when I was walking across a parking lot.
Oh gosh.
And they removed my C7 vertebrae and put a cadaver bone, which is kind of metal. But they fused C7 through C3. They fused all that together.
Okay.
And which I can still be active. Still doing the hair thing and shit like that. So I'm not worried about it. But You know, I was waiting for disability, but I'm pretty much over it, and I just want to tattoo again and
Okay.
play shows and stuff. You know,
Sure.
like you said earlier about the following, you know, that's European and some other parts of the world. You know, in Spain we're really big, and where the owner of the record label, VIC Records, we're his favorite band for the last 30 years. So he's stoked to do this, and I'd love to be able to go out there to Europe and play, man. I want to see the world and bring it to the people that care about us, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Because America is always weird.
Yeah.
That's like Sepultura. You see Sepultura around the rest of the globe, they're like bigger than Metallica. but you know, around here they play the smaller venues. You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right.
So you've got Dead Erotica that came out kind of around Thanksgiving last month. So what can you tell me about that?
Yeah, that's like I said, it has the 2 demos. It has shit we never released, and it brings our demos and shit we never released, like, you know, worldwide, which is cool, but hopefully inspires, you know, maybe a European tour and inspiration for another album, you know. You know, if these other dudes don't stand up and respond and can't be part of it, then we'll get other dudes, and we have people that want to.
Right.
And it keeps putting us on the back burner, which I hate, but I want to go and do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think the last final question, I think the question that everybody is, you know, asking and wanting to know, will Accidental Suicide reform as a band, and what do you have cooking for the future?
You know, I play guitar. I sing, I write, I do all these different things. Bill plays guitar. He would be he's my my right hand man. You know, I'm his right hand man. You know, we together did this without anybody else.
Right.
And I want it to continue. You know what I mean? And we want to do shows. We want to do shit. We love, you know, playing music.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And we love doing this. And you know, I don't care if I'm playing at a place that doesn't give a fuck.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wanna fucking crank their ass and break their neck. I wanna do shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we would love to do shows with people that admire us and appreciate us a little bit. And so if we have the potential to go on some type of tour, believe me, we'll make it happen.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, with or without.
Right.
We'll go on. You know what I mean? There's always a way. And hopefully our album will bring more inspiration towards that.
Okay.
So I hope everybody digs what we released, you know, with Late One Summer's Eve and everything else, you know.
Right.
So we'll go from there.
Okay, so the fire's still burning, basically.
Oh, in my heart, in my mind, my soul, absolutely.
Excellent. Is there anything else you'd like to say to close this interview out?
I would say, long hail, fucking old school death metal, man. You know what I mean? It's been good. I love it. You know what I mean?
All right.
I haven't received a whole lot from it. But admiration from Belize to Malaysia to Europe to, you know, I mean, Indonesia. Oh, you know, all this stuff is like, it's pretty wild getting like fan mail from these places. It makes me feel happy.
Right.
And appreciate it. You know, people that grow up with you don't really get it. You know.
Right.
But yeah, it's rad. I love it, and I would love to continue and make moves forward. You know.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's all I've got for you. All
right.
Thank you very much for the interview, Ed.
Absolutely.
All right.
Bro.
Go, Pack, go.
You got it.